Welcome to Law You Should Know. The law affects every aspect of our lives, our home, our jobs, and our recreational activities. Now you can learn about the law and how to protect yourself against the loss of your liberty or property. Learn how to stand up for your rights and seek compensation when you have been wronged. Your host for Law You Should Know is attorney Kenneth J. Landau with the Mineola Law Firm of Shane, Dox, Denisi, and Corker. He's a member of the Committee on Professional Ethics of the Bar Association of Nassau County and counsel to the Nassau Academy of Law. And now, here is your host for Law You Should Know, attorney Kenneth J. Landau.
Hi, this is Ken Landau, and welcome to Law You Should Know. Today we're going to be discussing becoming a paralegal as a first or second career. And my guests are Adrienne Motel. She's the director of the Paralegal Program right here at Nassau Community College. And also with us today is Rachel Diaguardi, who's a faculty member of the program. Rachel and Adrienne, welcome back to Law You Should Know.
Thanks very much.
And for people who may not be familiar with what a paralegal is and how to become a paralegal, why don't you just start us off with that, Adrienne?
Okay, well, a paralegal works very closely with an attorney. Once they're trained and have some experience, they can really do a lot of the tasks that an attorney will do. However, there are some things they can't do, and that is they cannot give legal advice or appear in court or set legal fees, but they can do a lot of other tasks that an attorney would do.
And sometimes you use the analogy, it's like what a nurse is to a doctor, or perhaps what a physician's assistant is to a doctor.
Yeah, I would say that's a good description.
And Rachel, how can someone attend the program here at Nassau Community, and how can that be the start of a legal career for someone as a paralegal or beyond?
Sure. A lot of students, and we had 9 alumni students here the other night, and of those 9, 2 of them had used the paralegal degree or certificate as a stepping stone in their legal career. So they earned their certificate or degree and worked as a paralegal for several years and then moved on to law school. And most students who do that say that is very beneficial to their law school career because they have a nice foundation, and it makes it easier to find a job because you have law office experience by the time you graduate and pass the bar exam.
And also it gives someone an idea what law school is about. The courses are very similar, although they might be a little easier here at Nassau Community, but they give a person a taste of law school.
Well, yeah, one of our students last night that we were talking to said that when he was in his first year of law school, so many of the other people were totally lost when it came to doing legal research. He was well able to do legal research, having been prepared in our legal research and writing class. And he also knew a lot of legal terms that were completely new to somebody who, say, had gone for a bachelor's in, English or political science.
And I would go beyond that. They probably have some background in analyzing legal cases, which a lot of law school courses are going to be based on.
Yes, they learn how to analyze cases, they learn how to do case briefs, they learn the different areas of law, so it really does give them a leg up, especially in their first year of law school.
And let's just clarify, at Nassau Community you offer 2 different programs. One is as part of the associate degree, a student can have a paralegal major?
Yes, a paralegal associate degree is about 30 credits of general education classes, but the rest are all law classes.
So they get their associate degree, including a paralegal major, which is the equivalent of a paralegal certificate. So even if they go on to work in business or government and go on to a 4-year college, it doesn't hurt them.
It absolutely prepares them to work, and a lot of our students need to work while they're going to college because college is a kind of a pricey endeavor.
Okay, but it will be a very good credential for them in business or whatever they go into.
Yes, in insurance companies, all different kinds of business, working for the government.
And just for a moment, tell us about the certificate program. That's for someone who already has a 2 or 4 year college degree, but maybe they're unemployed or underemployed or not happy in their field.
Yes, the certificate program is 24 credits, and it can be completed in 2 semesters. But if a student is maybe working while they're going to school, they can take it over a longer period of time, and that is specifically geared to students who already have either an associate or a baccalaureate.
And that program is very flexible. Someone can take it in the evening or part-time, as you said, or even on weekends.
Yeah, we have day, evening, and weekend classes. We also now offer some classes online, although a student cannot take the whole certificate online.
And again, it could be a good introduction if someone's thinking about law school or someone wants to work or works in a law office that can give them very good skills.
Yes, it could.
And Rachel, just what other skills can someone... Let me ask both of you, the skills that someone learns in your program, whichever option they pick, how can it be helpful in other fields?
Well, banks will use... actually, last night we did have somebody at our alumni night who was a title examiner. She had gone through our program, but she didn't do paralegal work. She did, examining titles, and she worked independently. So that was one. There's lots of different areas. It just, even the skills that you learn, the attention to detail, the analytical skills,
communications and learning to write,
interpersonal skills would really help in any field of business, I think.
Okay, and do you help people? What are the kind of work the paralegals do, Rachel?
Sure. Paralegals can work either in the private sector, in law firms, or businesses in the legal department, or they can work in the public sector for the government. They can work in the court system, the district attorney's office, the U.S. attorney's office. But what the attorneys do essentially, as Adrian had said earlier, is they provide support to the attorneys like a nurse would to a doctor. They perform duties such as research and writing. They gather information. They can meet with clients and do intake. They can draft documents. They can draft contracts. They can incorporate businesses under the supervision of an attorney. It really is a very broad area of work.
And I think you mentioned they might help interview people under the supervision of an attorney. And they might perform legal research, again, under the supervision of an attorney. Yes, Adrian? A lot
of paralegals will do an initial client interview, not just to gather some facts to give to the attorney. So they really can work as nearly a liaison between the attorney and the client.
And just like the person might see a couple of other administrative people in a medical office before they get to see the doctor, the paralegal perform some of the same functions in the law office.
Yes, they would. And after the initial interview that the client will have with the attorney, the paralegal may gather some more information from that client. For instance, if it's an estate affair, or estates and there's a will, they may need to get bank statements and, different documents from the client, and the paralegal can do that.
And in litigation, they might summarize records, financial records or medical records or other records, depending on their background.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, and also often paralegals could attend trials with the attorneys, which some paralegals find very exciting, that they're actually in the courtroom, although they're not appearing and speaking before the court. They're heavily involved with preparing for trial and attending.
And it could be for either side, and even in a criminal law setting or almost any type of litigation.
Yes. Any type of litigation, yeah.
And if someone's retiring, let's say they have a career as a teacher or a police officer or something else, can becoming a paralegal be good for someone as a second career?
Yeah, well, we have had in the past, we've had a principal from a high school who came. He was very interested in the law, and he wanted to work with the older population. So he came and got his certificate, and then went, and I believe he worked with some sort of advocacy group for seniors, working, to provide legal services to them.
And Rachel, what other background or skills can be helpful to someone in the paralegal field?
I think a lot of people would be surprised to hear that the majority of the skills that people have attained by simply working in an office or in customer service or even as a barmaid all apply, because if you're providing customer service, it's similar to making your clients happy. Answering phones, being able to communicate effectively, being organized, and that could be a stay-at-home mom who's managing 2 children's schedules. That all applies.
Or a manager at a restaurant or some type of office or
Absolutely.
a retail store. Those skills can help out. And again, people can rise up and become a senior paralegal, get involved in law office management, and the operations of a law office.
Paralegal managers. You can become, if you are really good with software, you could possibly go into that end of it in a large law firm, taking care of all the software in there.
And if someone's interested in management, marketing, or communications, they might be able to work as a paralegal and do those kind of, handle those other responsibilities for the law office, especially if it's a small one.
Yes, a small office, you'll probably be doing a multitude of tasks, all different kinds of tasks, and being able to use some marketing skills would really help a small firm to grow. So I think a marketing background would be a good fit.
And even if just as a hobby you were familiar with social media or something along those ends.
Oh, yeah, some of our young paralegals, are really going to be beneficial to the older attorneys who are not so, up on the technology. They would really help with that, all those social media sites where
and if they had a medical background, that might be helpful also. And a variety of types of lawyers have to deal with medical issues and review medical records and interview clients about medical issues.
Yes, nurses, who maybe have, worked their career as a nurse and now want a change, that would be a good fit for them in a personal injury firm, medical malpractice firm, something like that. It would be very beneficial to have a medical background.
And even Social Security or workers' comp or Social Security disability, I think you had mentioned. Yeah. Yes, Rachel.
Or even working for a hospital on the defense end and reviewing medical records.
Or in risk management. Some corporations want to hire paralegals with those skills for other things in management or government operations or contract administration or things along that line. What about a language background? If someone majored in a language or they just know a second language from their upbringing, can that be helpful in the paralegal field?
Being bilingual is excellent. There's a lot of immigration issues that face clients, and many of them do not speak English too well, and it's really beneficial to the law firm if somebody can help them with those, with translations and speaking to the client to make sure that they understand what the lawyer is trying to tell them.
And even if, besides from immigration, in almost every field of law, you may have clients where that's their native language, and they may feel more comfortable talking to someone in their native language, whether it's real estate or starting a business or even personal injury.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of the types of courses that a person starting the paralegal program would take?
Well, there's an introduction to law, which really talks about the American legal system, and that describes the courts, both the state and the federal, so that they really get a background of how the American system works.
Okay, we're going to take a short break now. We'll find out about some other courses that are part of the program at Nassau Community that a paralegal anywhere would take. You're listening to Law You Should Know on WHPC 90.3, the voice of Nassau Community College, and also over the internet at ncc.edu/WHPC. We'll be back in a moment.
This portion of programming on WHPC is brought to you on behalf of the Nassau County Bar Association, helping both the public and lawyers since 1899. They are the largest suburban bar association in the country. The Nassau County Bar Association offers clinics where you can meet privately with an attorney to prevent or solve legal problems involving Hurricane Sandy, foreclosure, foreclosure, wills, or elder law. Speakers on almost any legal topic are also available to schools or community groups. They can also help lawyers advance their legal careers and offer a place to network. Learn more about the Nassau County Bar Association by calling 516-747-4070 or visit nassaubar.org.
Once again, we continue with Law You Should Know. From the Mineola Law Firm of Shane, Dox, Denise, Corker, and Sauer, here is attorney Kenneth J. Landau.